Go.
Okay, so basically we have two sides of power. Right here on the manual it shows 460 and 380. This is the 460 side and this is the 380. But in actuality, this is 230 or 220, three-phase power. So if you want to run your 220 or 230, it's on this side. And we have a transformer on this unit. A lot of units just have one side, but on this unit we have two sides. Okay? This would be your 460 or 480 power. Okay? Now when you turn the unit on, you simply just turn it on here. And then after a while, this motor starts, and we'll show you later on in the video. When we started, we're not showing you now because we don't want a lot of noise. So we start this on, we'll click this on, and then after about 15 seconds, this fan will start going, which circulates the air throughout the unit, which allows centralized cooling for whatever produce or whatever you have inside. This side right here is the set point code. So if you set it for, say, 50 degrees, and on this side, obviously when it starts, it could be higher depending on the temperature outside. Once it reaches a certain temperature on both sides, the motor will either shut down or run at a slower pace. Okay? Now, it's very important that I mention to you, when you turn the unit off, we have a temporary power right here, that you don't turn the unit off by the power. Because if you turn the unit off by the power, the computer will go into scatter mode, and a lot of error messages will start showing up here because the computer is thinking, what's going on, what's going on, what's going on, how come I don't have power? And then you call us and say, hey, can you guys come out here and fix this? Because the computer is showing a bunch of error messages. So it's very important that you turn the unit on and off from here, and you don't turn it off from your power source, or if you have some kind of on and off switch. Very important. I do want to mention that. And also too, let's take a look at the controller. It has an alarm code right here. So if there's something wrong with the unit, alarm codes will show on this digital screen. This right here is a function code, with a function schematic, which shows you everything that's inside the unit. Okay? So if there's something wrong, the alarm code will flash on and off. Now sometimes it's just a matter of turning the unit on and off. So now let's walk around to the front part of the unit. So remember that when you have your produce inside this unit, that the air must circulate. And if you notice when we go inside, you're going to see that the floor of the unit has ridges inside of it so that the air can properly circulate throughout. You don't want it to have your produce no higher than, or whatever you have inside, no higher than here, because you want the air to circulate in the top. Remember, the bottom floors has ridges that goes inside. Now let's show you how to open this, because a lot of people don't understand how to open a container. It's very important. When you open it, you want to open it this way and this way, and you want to pull it. Remember, when you go in and outside the unit, that you don't want to just keep the doors open, because the fresh air comes in while the unit is cooling and causes the moisture to turn into ice, which will eventually shut your unit down, because once the ice gets all over the unit and on the back coils, the unit will go into defrost mode, just like your refrigerator, just like your old school refrigerator. Now they get ice, and then back in the day, they needed to be defrosted. So that's the same thing with your unit. So you don't want to make sure that you don't just constantly keep going in and out of here, especially if it's very humid where you're at. So if you notice here, these are the ridges where it circulates. You want to keep a little space, maybe 3 inches on this side, so that the air can circulate and keep your produce nice and cool, or whatever it is that you're storing. Now at the bottom, you notice the ridges. This is here to keep the air circulating. And then you're not going to go above this and keep it circulating. Now on the back part, It's very important to also keep a little space. You notice that if you're at the bottom here, there's like a little line, imaginary line. So that's pretty much it. And also, it also has a red line, no cargo above this line. So that's very important. Otherwise, we get the phone call and say, hey, you know, the thing is not working. Well, the thing is not working because there's not proper airflow inside. And these are the coils right here, and this is where the air comes out. The air comes out on all sides. Okay, so we're going to go back here, and we're going to fire this unit up. So here what we have is we have temporary power. And we're going to pause the video for a second. We're going to fire this puppy up, and then after about 15 seconds of the power operating, the fan will kick in, and the cold air will start blowing.